Hello everyone, this is Andrew from Crown Academy of English. Today we are doing an English vocabulary lesson and the subject is idioms related to places. So, in this lesson you will learn 6 idioms which are related to places. Send someone to Coventry. Dutch courage. Go Dutch. Excuse my French. It's all Greek to me. And Rome was not built in a day. So let's start. Send someone to Coventry. So this is an idiom, and Coventry is the name of a city in England. But what does this mean? Well, if you send someone to Coventry, it means that you completely ignore someone. It means that you refuse to talk or communicate with someone. Okay, so you don't like someone, you've had an argument with someone, and you stop talking to them. You refuse to talk or communicate with them. So, an example. Since their argument, Claire and Sarah have sent Jane to Coventry. So Claire and Sarah have sent Jane to Coventry. Okay, so this means that Claire and Sarah, they are now ignoring Jane. Okay, they are refusing to talk with Jane. Okay, so here she is, poor Jane. Dutch courage. So this is a noun phrase. Dutch courage, these two words form a noun phrase. So what does this mean? Well, it means courage and confidence that comes from drinking alcohol. Okay, so if you drink alcohol, I'm sure you know that sometimes after you drink alcohol, it can make you feel a little bit more confident and a little bit more courageous. So this is what we're describing here. So if someone says that they need some Dutch courage, it means that they need to drink alcohol before doing something difficult. Okay? Let me give you an example. So David asks, "Are you going to ask Jane to dance?" And Mark replies, "Well, I need some Dutch courage first." Okay, so this means Mark is saying, well, yes, but I need to drink some alcohol first. I need to drink a beer to give me courage before I ask Jane to dance. Okay, so Dutch courage, it means I need some courage from drinking alcohol before doing something difficult. Okay. To go Dutch. Go Dutch. So this means to agree to share the cost of something. And we often use this in the context of a restaurant. So when you're at a restaurant and it is time to pay the bill, then if you go Dutch, it means that everybody pays their own part. So for example, if I go to a restaurant with my friend, and if we go Dutch, then that means I will pay for my meal and my friend will pay for his meal. Okay, we share the cost. Go Dutch. So here is an example. So these two people, they are in a restaurant and they've ordered food and drink. And Jane says, "Don't pay for me, let's go Dutch." So Jane is saying, don't pay for my meal, I will pay for my meal and you will pay for your meal. Let's go Dutch. And Mark says, "Are you sure?" And Jane says, "Yes, of course." So let's go Dutch. This means you are offering to pay for your meal, and you're suggesting that the other person pays for his or her meal. Okay, so everyone pays for their own meal. Here's another example. There are 3 friends here in a bar, in a coffee shop, I think. And Sarah says, "Who's paying?" And Jane says, "Shall we go Dutch?" Sarah says, "Good idea." And Claire says, "That's fine." So shall we go Dutch? Again here, Jane is suggesting that everybody pays for their own coffee. Okay, so yeah, to go Dutch. This is very, very common, very useful, a very useful expression. Excuse my French. Excuse my French. We can also say pardon my French. It's the same expression. So what does it mean? We say excuse my French or pardon my French to apologize for using a swear word. Okay, so for using bad language. And this is a funny expression. It's a humorous expression. We're saying it to be funny. So here is an example. Jane asks, "Did you enjoy the film?" And Mark replies, "Excuse my French, but I thought it was shh." And here is the swear word. I'm not going to say it, but I'm sure you all know what this word is. So Mark is apologizing in advance for using this swear word. Excuse my French, but I thought it was swear word. And Jane replies, "Haha, yes, you're right." Okay, so this is, as you can see, this is a very, it's like it's a funny context. Mark isn't being very serious. He knows that Jane will not really be offended by a swear word. Okay? So excuse my French, excuse my use of a swear word. This is very common. You hear this a lot, particularly in the United Kingdom. It's all Greek to me. So we say it's all Greek to me if we don't understand something. If something is very complicated, very difficult to understand for us, we say it's all Greek to me. And I think this is because the old Greek alphabet is difficult to understand for people who are not Greek. So I think that is the origin of the expression. So here is an example. Jane asks, "Can you help me with this computer program? Can you help me with this computer program?" Here is a complicated computer program. So Mark looks at the computer program and says, "I'm sorry, it's all Greek to me. You should ask someone else." So Mark is saying, "I'm sorry, I don't understand this. This is too complicated. You should ask someone else." Jane says, "Okay, no problem." Okay, so it's all Greek to me. It means I don't understand it. This is too complicated. Rome was not built in a day. So this means that you cannot expect to finish important things in a short period of time. It also means that projects, long projects, big projects, take time to complete. And patience is important. So we say this to someone if someone is impatient, if someone is expecting you to finish something quickly, but it is not possible. we say Rome was not built in a day. Okay, in other words, this needs more time. Okay, so a very common example is when someone is giving you a strict deadline, a strict date to finish something, but it's not possible. So often this is in the workplace, in the office. And the manager is saying, when will the software be finished? When will the software be finished? We need it very soon. And Jane replies, well, this is a big project. Please understand that Rome wasn't built in a day. So Jane is saying, well, this software, it's a big project. This software project is a big project. It's going to take time. Okay, it's important. It's going to take time to complete. Patience is important. Rome wasn't built in a day. Okay. So there we are. That's the end of the lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. If you are preparing for the IELTS, I recommend you take our online course. And here are some other videos which I recommend you watch.